Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer/football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future soccer predictions. All right. Today's prediction video will be for Saturday, March 5th, and I got a 5-game slate. This will be for the English Premier League. I got another video coming out, and it's going to be for the Spanish La Liga. So, yeah, I'll talk about the teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries. I'll talk about the total, and then I'll give you my predictions. But first, we got to talk about it. Baby. Let's go. I hit 100% on my bets. That's right, 100%. I ended up putting Sporting to win, and then I put Chelsea and Tottenham to go under 3 or 3.5. I don't know if you guys saw the game, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like, Tottenham is not my favorite team, or Chelsea, but I feel like Tottenham got robbed. Like, straight out, they got robbed. This VAR thing is straight out messing up the beautiful game of soccer or football, however you like to call it. But straight out, like VAR, they need to take that out. They need to seriously do something about it, because this whole offside thing where it's like centimeters, it's just not it. It's not it. And if you don't like it as much as I don't, hit that like, hit that subscribe, put it down in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the VAR. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like they're ruining the game with this thing. So, but anyways, yeah, I ended up hitting a 100%. So let's get straight into it. I got Everton versus Arsenal, and Everton are at home. As far as injuries, Everton, they got 2 injured players. Arsenal with 5 injured players and 3 questionable. The total sitting at 2, and the 5 most recent games between these two, as far as it going over 2, it has gone over 2 twice. Now, I feel like this time around, it probably will go over 2, but let me talk about the team total. Everton is sitting at 0.5 and Arsenal sitting at 1.5. Now, don't forget that Arsenal will be playing Real Madrid for the Champions League this Tuesday. So I feel like maybe they won't go crazy. Maybe Arsenal won't go all out, go crazy and try to, make that many goals. I'm sure they're going to try to keep it normal, just old fashioned soccer game. But I don't know. It is Arsenal. I feel like they could win, but I do feel like Everton could score a goal here. Like I said, they're at 0.5, so I feel like they're most likely to score a goal. As far as their 5 most recent games, they've covered this 4 out of 5 times for that 0.5. So I feel like Everton could score that goal. As far as Arsenal sitting at 1.5, they've covered this 3 out of their 5 most recent games. And between these two teams, they've only covered this twice. So, yeah, I feel like this could be a 2-1 situation. I feel like Arsenal could score 2 and then Everton score 1. But either way, I'm going to have to say Everton over 0.5. And as far as a win here, give me Arsenal. Okay, on to the next one. I have Crystal Palace versus Brighton. Now, every time I bet on Crystal Palace, they always do me dirty. So I don't know how I feel about picking Crystal Palace on this one. Well, not always. They don't always do me dirty, but the most recent one they did. They screwed me over with that tie. They really should have won, but whatever. It is what it is. Brighton with 6 injured players and 3 injured players. On Wednesday when they played, Brighton had 7 injured players and 4 questionable. Now, I guess 1 healthier, but I still feel like Brighton don't have the ability, or not the ability, because they are a good team. They just 3 most recent games for them, not all that great. 1 draw, 2 draws and 1 loss. That draw with Nottingham, they ended up losing. They went to penalties and lost. But I feel like this could be a tie game. Let's see, the total points sitting at 2.5, and I feel like it could go over. The 2 most recent games between these two teams, it has gone over 2.5. So I feel like they will go over. But I think the best bet here would probably be Brighton under 1.5. They have not been able to do this in their 2 most recent games. So I think probably that's the best bet. Crystal Crystal Palace are at home, so I feel like, since they only scored one last time, they maybe didn't go all out because they were going against a team that's all the way in the bottom. And this time they'll probably step it up. So I feel like they could go over this 1.5, but I think the best bet here would probably be Brighton under 1.5. And as far as a win here, I'm just going to have to say tie. Okay, on to the next one. I have Ipswich Town versus Wolverhampton. Now, Ipswich Town are at home. They have 3 injured players and 1 questionable. Wolverhampton with 3 injured players and 1 player with a red card. 5 most recent games between these two teams. Wolverhampton have won twice and IPS winning twice. 1 draw between these two. That draw was back in 2017. So I don't know how I feel about a draw on this one, but it seems like it could happen. I ain't going to lie. Now, Wolverhampton have been stepping it up. Their 3 most recent games, they had a draw and 2 wins. Ipswich Town 4 L's, 1 win. So I feel like Wolverhampton could win this one, to be honest with you. As far as that 1.5, though, Wolverhampton have not been able to cover this 1.5 in their 5 most recent games. Actually, they covered this once. But other than that, they have not been able to cover this. So how I feel about this, I feel like Wolverhampton could probably score 1 and then IPS 1. So I guess I'm going to have to say total team or total points under 2.5. I feel like this could be a 1-1, but I think the best bet here would probably be Wolverhampton under 1.5. It seems like they've only been able to cover this once. It has gone over once, 1.5 for Wolverhampton. And as far as their 5 most recent games for Wolverhampton, it has only gone over once. So I think under 1.5 probably is the best bet here. Or total points under 2.5. Okay, on to the next game I have. West Ham versus Bournemouth. West Ham are at home. They have 2 injured players, 2 questionable. Bournemouth with 3 injured players and 1 questionable. As far as the total is sitting at 2.5. Between these two teams, they have only been able to cover this once. So, and this was back in 2023. So after that, they played 4 more times and they have not been able to go over this 2.5. So I think under 2.5 is the way to go for this one, or Bournemouth under 1.5, because they haven't been able to cover this 1.5, or actually they covered this once in their 5 most recent games for Bournemouth. West Ham, basically in the same thing. They've only been able to cover this once in their 5 most recent games. So yeah, I think the best bet here would probably be Bournemouth. They're not at home. They've only won once in their 5 most recent games, 3 L's and 1 draw. So I feel like Bournemouth under 1.5 is the way to go here. As far as a win, I'm going to have to say a draw, but West Ham, I don't know. I feel like they could probably do something here since they're at home. They got that advantage, but can't guarantee anything with these two. I probably won't even bet this one just because it's too sweaty, but that's what I see. As far as points, I think that's the best way to go. Under 2.5 total points. But anyways, on to the last game of the video, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you feel, what you think is going to happen. And win or lose, I'll pick a lucky comment and I'll give you guys a shout out. All right. Aston Villa at home going against Nottingham. Both of these two teams, this is probably going to be the best game of the best game of all of these games. Both of these two teams have won 5 out of their 5 most recent games. So this is probably going to be either a tie or we're going to have to go with points on this one. The total points sitting at 2.5, and they've covered this. There's 2 out of 3 games, at 2 out of 5 most recent games, but these are the 2 most recent ones, which was last year. But I mean, Aston Villa, they've scored 3 goals, 4 out of 5 games. 3 goals, 4 out of, so they've covered this 1.5. I feel like Nottingham could score 1 and Aston Villa score 2, or vice versa. Maybe a 2-2 tie if it was a tie 2-2. But yeah, I feel like this can easily go over 2.5. So either give me Aston Villa over 1.5 or total points over 2.5. And as far as a win, I guess I'm going to have to sit with Aston Villa, but I would not be surprised if this is a tie. Injuries: Aston Villa 200 players, Nottingham 100 player, one coach. Yeah. So give me, as far as this, I probably won't bet a win on this one, but if I had to bet on this, it would have to be the over 2.5. Total points over 2.5. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope that, the information I gave you was good enough for you guys to, do your thing, make some money. Most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, yeah, man, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Deuces.